Hey, what's up, Reefers? I am back from Toronto, Canada, and I was super anxious when I opened the door to check out my tank. I was half expecting a tank that's cloudy, but to my surprise, things seems alright. And I just want to say thank you to all of you guys that commented and gave me suggestions on what I should do in the situation where my Elegance Coral got stung by the hammer. And ultimately, what I did was just move it away and just let nature take its course, because as the night went on, it seems like it's not as bad as I originally thought. I mean, it's still bad. Here, take a look at this. So what really worried me before was that I had some white tissue on the oral disc that's kind of like coming off, and I had no idea what that was. So I was freaking out. So as you can see, the tentacle is still retracted, but the tissue looks healthy. It no longer looks like it's really receded. Well, I mean, it is receded, but at least in a healthier way than before. So that is a good sign. Again, thank you so much, you guys. If was it 2 nights ago? If 2 nights ago or 3 nights ago it looked any worse, I would have dipped it for sure. But because it was kind of borderline on the fans, a lot of you guys think that maybe it'll be okay just to kind of leave it alone. I did just that, and sure enough, it seems like the coral's recovering. And the rest of the colony looks perfectly fine. Just that one area where it was touching the hammer. And again, this is seriously like a lesson learned for me. You guys talked about it before, but nothing happened for the past month and a half, 2 months. So I thought it was okay, but obviously it was not okay. And I also mentioned in the comments, after I moved the Elegance Coral, I kind of just sat down and looked at the tank. And I saw the hammer send out those long stringy sweeper. I've never seen it before from this hammer colony. And they sent out 2 sweepers, and it was reaching out to try to sting things, and that was an eye-opener. I did not know this guy was that aggressive towards his neighbors. So lesson learned. I guess they're not like Zoa, where you can kind of just pack it in. So now comes the big question: where do I move the Elegance Coral, or do I move the hammer? I think the hammer is in a pretty good position. Maybe I can actually move the bird's nest to where the Elegance used to be. Although I gotta watch out for the hammer now. Now that I know it can send a sweeper that long. So I don't know. I'm running out of room. I need that big tank. But yeah, I guess I'll be trying to find a new spot for the Elegance, and I'm just really happy things work out. I mean, I'm not out of the woods yet. It could still turn south, but at least so far, it seems to be recovering nicely. And after me not sticking my hand in the tank for about 3 days, things seems to look good. Things seems to look better. Again, every single time after I come back from a trip, things tend to look better than I did. Now, since I started this video, let's just really quickly talk about what I noticed change. Obviously, the Montipola Capricornus got knocked down by something, or by the current, but no damage. I think if I like that spot, I would just kind of epoxy it down. Gorgonian continues to grow, and the Xenia frag. So these are fishing line. This is a fishing line, so I'm kind of trying to see what's that. That's kind of the film that's kind of growing on the fishing line. Maybe it's a mucus from the Xenia. And the Xenia frag is doing well. It's slowly expanding. I'm really glad none of them floated off, because some of the area where I kind of punctured the Xenia is really close to the surface of the skin, meaning that it may break apart and the frag will float away. But so far everything is there, and then it looks like it's attached already, actually, based on the way it's kind of growing off that rock. So that looks promising. And I like the fact that it actually looks like it's slightly inflated, although it's clearly not fully inflated. But in the past, whenever I've seen it, they just kind of like shrink down and waste away. So this is at least a good sign compared to how I had it before. The flow may be a little bit too much, actually, now that I look at it, but it's been there for about 3.5 days already, so I guess it's okay. Yeah, I should move that Montipola caps. But otherwise, everything seems happy. Yeah, I just gotta find a place for This big guy right here. Oh, let's talk about the bird's nest since we're talking about updates. So bird's nest still in the shade. One thing you may not be able to make out from the video is that all the polyps seems to be out, so it's kind of fuzzy, which is nice. So I think I was gonna say it's probably time to move it out into the light, but there's really no room. Where? Well, I removed the kryptonite before my trip because I was afraid that it's gonna get stung by the frog spawn. It was getting stung by the frog spawn already, so I gotta find a new place for it. That's this guy right here. I just kind of put him in the back, and it's actually grew out nicely. I did a pretty poor job positioning it, but remember how a couple weeks ago there's a gap between polyps? It filled up really nicely already. You can't really see it from here, but if I flip it, it's pretty full. It's pretty filled out. So Redactus got even larger. Let's swing around, have a look back here. Monipora is kind of just spreading on the rock. Blue clove is getting destroyed by the sea anemone. It's kind of surviving along the ridge. Some of you guys may be like saying like good riddance, they're terrible, but I mean I like these guys. So the major theme here seems to be coral. When corals are doing well, they kind of stretch out for territory. Now, a lot of you guys touch on it already, saying that I packed my corals in too tight. They look nice, but then the warfare comes into play. So that's exactly what's going on. I need to start managing it and possibly removing some coral to make room for the pieces that I want to keep. So I guess that's one thing I need to tackle soon. And speaking of tackling, I will need to catch the blue tang and the green clown goby. It's time for them to go. So with the fish trap that is still sitting right here, I'm gonna get to work this week. Alright guys, yeah, I just want to do a quick update because I feel like I owe you guys an update as soon as I get back, especially with all you guys helping me out with the Elegance Coral. So again, I really appreciate it. And it's funny because in the past I thought YouTube basically a really unfriendly place, especially in the comment section. It's like where the trolls live and where feelings get hurt. But you guys definitely proved it wrong. I mean, you guys have some like really solid advice and really minimum trolling. I mean, I welcome some trolling once in a while. I think as long as it's funny, I can take the joke. It's all good. But yeah, you guys are just fantastic group of people. Alright guys, I'm gonna stop this right here and move my luggage from the car into the house. I was just so excited to see the Elegance Coral still alive, number one. And number two, I did not come back to a cloudy tank that I really want to share you guys right away. Alright guys, hope you guys had a great weekend, and I'll be uploading a new video really soon from Canada. Hope you guys look forward to it. Alright guys, talk to you guys later. See ya.